Hey everyone, Saintsfan here, and welcome to this week's episode of Monday Mailbox, a series where you guys get to ask me questions about GTA or, any other game, I guess, if you wanted to, and I'll give you guys my answers. Now, if you want to ask a question for next week's episode, just go on Twitter and use the hashtag AskSaints. Now, I want to explain what the gameplay is going to be, just because I did get a request for this. So, Liam said you should try the Halloween weather with the blackout weather from last year combined at night. So in this video, or in the gameplay at least, what you're going to be seeing is some of the weather when it's not at nighttime, when it's sort of orangish, and then a blackout. And then I included a zombie mod just so you could get an idea of maybe what it would look like if Rockstar included zombies or some form of that on Halloween, kind of like how they do with snow, where it's only there for a day or two. I don't know if we are going to get that, but I think it would be really cool if they did something like this in free mode. But the one downside, unfortunately, regarding the Halloween weather, because there's an unreleased adversary mode called Angels and Demons, I believe it's called, or Angels and Devils. One of the theories is that the weather's just going to be for that adversary mode, and the Angels are going to play during the day when it's super bright, kind of like, I guess, heaven would be depicted as, and then the Devils will play at nighttime when it's super dark and gloomy. I hope they don't freaking mess it up like they did last year with the blackout, because I would love to see the blackout and that Halloween weather in free roam, at least for a day or two, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, hopping into the first question from Source. What are your thoughts on the Biker DLC now that it's been out for a few days? I'm actually thinking about doing a top 5 best features and top 5 worst features about the Biker DLC, but little quick thoughts, I guess, about it. I think overall as a DLC, it was good. It included a bunch of really great features. I mean, the biker mechanics where you can kick people and melee people off, that's really fun. All the bikes are actually really cool, and the ones that are unreleased are really awesome as well, except for the part that they cost, or a few of them cost a ton of money. The clubhouses is a great idea. I mean, another garage that's specifically for bikes where you can customize all of them in there if you so choose. That's really awesome. And honestly, the concept, at least, of the businesses and how you buy them and they just do, they do it all on their own for the most part. You just give them supplies and then your people that you hire make the stuff and then you sell it. I like that concept. Now, the negative, obviously, is you don't get paid nearly enough money. The prospects and the people in your club, they don't get paid nearly enough money to even want to be a part of that stuff, so you kind of lose out there if you're playing with friends. They're like, well, why would I want to do that if I can be my own president and make a lot more money? So there's a few things that I don't like, but I think overall it was a good DLC. And you guys can let me know in the comment section what you believe. And on the clothes, I forgot to mention, the freaking clothes are awesome. Next up, Melvin, he asks, how much money do you think the Tron outfits will cost? Well, we kind of know, at least from the game files, and I just want to let you guys know, if you didn't watch the video I did yesterday, they're going to cost roughly $200,000. So in total, if you want the bike and those Tron outfits, it's going to be like $2.5+ million if you upgrade that bike fully. So start selling drugs, start selling your CEO stuff, and get some money, because you're going to need a lot of it if you want those items. Bryant, what do you think the next DLC will be and when? Now, it's unfortunate that we got to start talking about the next DLC already, or only a week after the other deal, the Biker DLC came out, but I did just want to touch on this topic really quickly. I don't know what the next DLC is going to be. I'm not going to speculate on that just yet, although I would hope a police DLC would be next. When, though, is the part I want to focus on. Last year, the two big DLCs at the end of the year were the Lowriders, and that came out on October 20th, and then we had the Executives and Other Criminals that came out on December 15th. So about 2 months between those updates, and I think the next update is going to be even longer than that. The Biker DLC came out on October 4th, and I think that, or my prediction is that the next DLC will not come out until near the end of December. I don't think we're going to have to wait until 2017 to get the next DLC. I do think what they're going to do this year is like they've done every year with the Christmas stuff. They release a big DLC about a week or so before, and then they include the Christmas stuff in that. So I think that's what's going to happen again, but just know it's probably going to be a little bit away until the next DLC. Colin, when do you think the Halloween DLC will be released? So my prediction is that it's going to come out on the 28th, which is a Friday, because this year Halloween is on a Monday, And I think releasing the content 3 days before is reasonable. They could do it on the Tuesday, which is the 25th, but either of those 2 dates are the most logical. Jerben, which bike do you like the most? So out of the ones that we got so far, I think if I had to pick one, well, I mean, honestly, if I had to pick one, it would be the Hakachu Drag, just because I love fast bikes and it looks really cool. But if I had to pick, one of the other bikes besides that, one of the ones off the Sandy Shores or the San Andreas Super Autos website, not the Legendary Motorsports website, I think I would have to pick the Nightblade. The Nightblade is one that I didn't really like at first because the customization, it doesn't have as much customization as the Zombie Bobber or the Zombie Chopper. And because of that, I was kind of put off by it, but it's one of the faster bikes, if not the fastest chopper style bike we have in the game right now, and it actually looks pretty cool, so I think I'd have to go with that one. Chris, what motorcycles are you most excited for when the next bikes are released? So out of the 8 unreleased ones, which one am I most excited for? Apart from the Tron bike, because I think that's just, at least for me, that's just a given. Honestly, I think I'd have to go with the Vortex. The Vortex is the super or the sport-esque bike, and from just driving around in single player, it feels really awesome. It looks really awesome, and I think it might be up there along the lines of the Batty and the Akuma. So I think that's the one that I'm most excited for, apart from the Tron bike and, maybe even the Halloween bike. Sonic, what is the best clubhouse to buy, taking cost, location, and benefit into account? Now, this is a tough one to answer just because I haven't gone through every single one of them and purchased every single one to see, what building they're in and where they're at. But just looking at the map, the one I have, as many of you guys probably know, is up in Sandy Shores. It's the liquor store, kind of actually between Sandy Shores and Grapeseed. And I really like that one because it's next to the highway and it's on Route 68, I think, or whatever the route is, the road there, which connects to the city and connects to a lot of really good places. The only downside to the one I have is all of the businesses aren't really near it. So if you want something that's near all of your businesses, then that's probably not going to be the one. The nearest one is the Weed Farm, and that's why I bought it. Another one that one of my friends has, which is actually really cool, is up in Paleto Bay. Paleto Bay is actually a really good location for some of these, and most of the businesses are the cheapest in Paleto Bay. But the one benefit is that they're all literally like 2 blocks away from each other. Now, the downside to Paleto Bay is most of your supply missions, most of your selling missions, you have to go all the way down into the city, which can be a pain. So in terms of benefit and how it's going to affect you going to resupply and sell, the ones in Sandy Shores I feel like are the best because they're in the middle of the map. So most of the supply missions that are in the city, it's not too far away, and you get the benefit of being in Sandy Shores where not many people go. Like if you have a clubhouse in the city, one of my friends has a clubhouse in the city, and it's ridiculous how many people, like you come out of your clubhouse or you come out of your business and there's so many people waiting for you. So I like the fact that the one up in Sandy Shores that I have, I rarely see people. It's just nice and calm. I don't have to deal with Hydra people or people in armored Kurumas trying to blow me up, and I feel like that's the downside of all the ones in the city. So in my opinion, the best ones are in Sandy Shores. Waleed, if the cops raid me and I die, will I lose my upgrades as well as for the businesses in GTA Online? So I wanted to answer this one quickly. From my knowledge, I don't think you lose the upgrades. You just lose all of your product. Now, I did see a few posts on one of the GTA Reddits. It might be glitched that people lost their upgrades, but I don't think it's supposed to happen. Now, I haven't actually gotten raided yet because I bought the security, which helps out a lot with that, but I do know for a fact, if you do die while being raided, you lose all of your supplies and all of your products, so make sure that doesn't happen. And then the last question from Monkeys, do you think that Rockstar will release a hover-like car? They seem to be going down the route of exotic cars with the 3-wheeled car. And I'm going to spin this question for the question of the day in that, do you believe Rockstar will add more crazy and fun style cars? Like the 3-wheeled car that's unreleased, like the Tron bike that's unreleased, like the Saintis somewhat that's unreleased that has the freaking skull on it. I hope so. I don't know about a hover car. That might be pushing it a little bit too far. But I think that now that we're 3 years into GTA Online, one, Rockstar could be running out of actual cars to bring, so they can start bringing some made up cars like the Tron bike and like whatever else. I really hope we see something along those lines going forward now. I've always said it. I hope Rockstar embrace the fun side of GTA, and it looks like that might be what's happening. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. As always, though, thank you for watching. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. See you all in the next one. As always, it's your boy Saintsfan. I'm out. Peace.